few games left of the season. We're currently sitting in 14th in the league. We're going to be playing Swansea next. We will be simming this game. Ashley Williams scores 2 minutes in. We get an injury just before that as well. Dawson gets injured first minute into the game, which is not good. Wilson for us scores in the 32nd minute of the game. You know, a draw here isn't bad, but I would really like to win this game. Wilson scores his second goal of the season. I wonder if he can score a hat-trick. No. Sigerson with the equaliser, and it finishes 2-2. Game 36 in the Premiership, and we are playing Crystal Palace, and again we will be simming this game. There are only 2 games left of this season, and honestly I'm just trying to get this season through, getting ready for the next season, because I am really looking forward to getting a squad with Gary Cahill and John Stones as my 2 centre-backs. So from watching this game, it was a really boring game. It finishes 1-1. Kabaye misses a penalty, which, you know, can't really complain too much. We draw the game. A point is still a point, and the 37th game of this season is against Everton. Emil Heskey starts up front. Second to last game of the season. Second to last game he will ever play, as he is retiring at the end of this season. Can he score a goal in this match? That would be nice. It would be nice to see him score in either this game or the last game, which is against Arsenal. My last 2 games of this season are against Everton and Arsenal. That is a really hard end to the season. So Heskey on the ball, passes it to Vardy, and nothing really happens to it. We move on to about the 6th minute of the game. Frank Lampard, who's been in form in the last few games, especially in the last episode where he scored against United and Chelsea. You couldn't have asked for more. We win a penalty 8 minutes into the game. Referee gives a yellow card to Leighton Baines. I would have thought it would have been red because he did tackle from behind. I couldn't decide who I wanted to take this, so I normally go for a keeper to take it, because I like the fact that a keeper can score a goal that's easy and see them go up on the goal scoring sheet. I changed my mind, and because it is one of his last games of the season, I'm going to get Heskey to take it, and he scores. 9 minutes and 45 seconds in, that's a 10-minute goal. Emil Heskey, kit number 50, he's pretty much at age anyway, I think he's 39, and he scores in one of the last games he will ever play. So Tommy Ince, who has been on form as well, he's managed to run past the 2 defenders here, Leighton Baines, and I think that was Jagielka. Nothing really happens there. He tries it a bit later on as well, which you'll see in a minute. So Frank Lampard passes the ball to Thomas Ince. Ince does something. I don't really understand what I was doing there, to be honest, guys. Ball gets whipped in, headed back out, back in, and Ince scores an overhead bicycle kick over the keeper, and we make it 2-0, 19 minutes in. This is how we want to finish the season, on 2 wins. If we can beat Everton and we can beat Arsenal, that is a great end to this season. Vardy takes it on the wing, brings it in. Zaha, sweaty goal to Heskey. That's his 2nd goal. 7 minutes remaining. He does not get his hat-trick, but he does score and celebrate in style, because that celebration is what I've been doing for the last few years. I love that celebration. And it finishes 3-0. Heskey with 2 goals. Fantastic. 3 points, 3 goals. Moving on to the Arsenal game. This is the last game of the episode. We are currently sitting in 12th. If we win this game against Arsenal, we go up to about 10th, depending on results. And if we lose this game, we might drop down a few points, depending on what the other teams play. We move on to looking at the top goal scorers with the last game of the season, and Wilson and Vardy are both on 12 goals, only 2 away from Cazorla, who is on 14, and we're playing Arsenal next, so I really don't want Arsenal to score any goals, and if they do, I really don't want him to score. Ideally, a hat-trick for Vardy would put him top of the table, and that's what I'd be looking for. We're going for that diamond formation again. That diamond formation has been working fantastic for us in the last few episodes. Arsenal get kick-off. This is the most intense game of the season. It's the last game. It's against Arsenal. If we win, we can hit mid-table. We can finish the season around 10th in the table. If we lose, we might drop down to maybe 15th in the table, because it is very close mid-table this season. I do the one thing that I didn't want to do in this match, and give away a penalty. Now, to be all truthful, I was standing up from a slide tackle when he ran into me and fell over. I can't really do anything about that. And I think, honestly, I panicked a bit, went the wrong way. It's a 50-50 chance, to be honest. Sanchez scores. I'm so happy that it wasn't Cazorla. I'm shocked they didn't put him as the penalty taker in that game, just to put him up to 15 goals this season. And honestly, 15 goals this season is not a high result if you think about it. You really want your striker to score 20 goals, especially being top of the table. So we go 2-0 down against Arsenal, and we're only 25 minutes into the game. And before too long, it makes it 3-0. This game has been horrible for us. 34 minutes into the game, we are trying to score. It's not like the team isn't working. We just aren't getting the chances how we want them. 54 minutes into the game, Vardy with a fantastic shot, just fingertips away, and it's not our luck today. We are trying, and everything we're doing is not happening for us. Ozil passes it to Sanchez. He fails to get that out. 18 minutes left of the game, and Arsenal play some ticky-tacky football and make it 4-0. At this point, I was just getting completely annoyed. Like I wanted to rage quit. I wanted to turn the console off. We get one goal back, like so late into the game, it wasn't even worth celebrating. But I decided to have a little bit of a jog just to waste time. You know, Troy Deeney happy with, I think, maybe his second goal of this season. He hasn't scored many, but then he hasn't played many games. We do a fantastic tackle, and it's a final whistle. So obviously, at the end of every season, I do it in my youth squad series. I put my weakest team out. By putting your weakest lineup up front, so what you do is put your weakest team up, and then you mess it about a little bit, so you put your goalkeeper up front and vice versa kind of thing. Basically, the board looks at your squad, says it's not good enough, just avoid relegation, or just hit mid-table, or depending on how good your squad is, it depends. So looking at this, I should be going up to the point where it's saying like avoid relegation or hit mid-table, and that's what I'm aiming to do next season, is hit mid-table, hit maybe 6th in the league. I was going to say 5th, but you know, whatever. I am trying to get some contracts done because a lot of my players are on either a couple of months left of their contracts or a year left, so I am going through them really quickly. I had the issue that Livermore did not agree a contract, and he wanted from 25 grand to 50 grand, so we actually lose out on Livermore, a English centre mid that now goes on a free transfer in the next episode. We're playing Brazil in the, I believe, World Cup. I'm guessing that's what the Confed Cup means. I don't know why it doesn't say World Cup. It is group stages, and obviously I will be simming it as it is group stages. Neymar scores. The Ox scored before him. I'm shocked that the Ox is actually playing, but the assistant picks a team. He plays in this game as well against Australia. This should be a very, very easy team. Australia are not a good team. They haven't really got any big names. Jedinak is the only big team player, and he's Crystal Palace player that hit and miss getting played nowadays. So yeah, 2-0 up against Australia. If we don't make it 4-0, it isn't going to be the best results, but we finish 2-1. We move on against Germany, and this is going to be the final game of this episode, and after this you'll see the final match of the group stage in the next week's episode, because it will be next season. So we go 1-0 down against an Ozil goal. The guy that beat us in the last game of the season with Hull does it again for us against Germany. And honestly, this was a really, really boring game to try to commentate on or try to watch it when I was playing it. It finishes 2-0 and we lose that game. So there you go, end of season. I'll catch you next week, guys. New aims, new targets, and new transfers. Catch you later, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video or any of my other content, hit that like button, leave some feedback, and if you're new, why not sub to me?